Alright, welcome everybody to another BDA Boxing Film Analysis. This is your host, Mr. BDA. I'm glad that everybody could be on board for this one. On this episode, we're going to be taking a look at the upcoming bantamweight fight between Naoya Inoue and Nonito Donaire. Inoue, the undefeated hotshot up-and-coming fighter, has won titles in about what is it now, 3 weight divisions, knocking everybody out. And Nonito Donaire, the veteran with a wealth of experience, and who can still pack a punch himself with that left hook of his, and he still has relatively quick hands for a guy his age. Inoue has never fought a guy like him, so this is a very interesting fight. And in this episode, we're going to be taking a look at Inoue's fight against Antonio Nieves. Nieves went about, 7 rounds against Inoue, and we're going to take a look at what makes Inoue such a great fighter. It's not just the power, because there's guys out there, everybody, well, not everybody, but there's a bunch of guys that can have punching power, we've seen them, but not everybody can knock out people as consistently as Inoue does. And one of the things that makes Inoue so dangerous is that he's able to get that power across to his opponent. So we're going to take a look at his 1-2 and his 1-2 left hook to the body, how he gets that punch across, and how he beat poor Antonio Nieves up for about as long as the fight went. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so we're going to start off with Naoya Inoue's jab. It's a nice quick jab. He throws it, he doubles it up. He likes to throw the shotgun jab, Inoue does, because it sets up his right hand. And look at him here. He can throw that jab from different angles. He dips down, just giving Nieves a different look. Then he steps in there with a shotgun jab, and it just snaps Nieves' head back. And look at how when he steps in there, his body, he twists his body a little bit towards the right. We're gonna see why he does that later on. Again, he doesn't telegraph that shot, that jab. See, he's not pumping the shoulders. So it's a nice quick jab. Now he starts popping the 1-2. And it's a quick 1-2. Again, he doesn't telegraph it, and I'm gonna show you what that does. First of all, 3 things that Inoue does pretty well here. With the shotgun jab, why is it shotgun jab? It's because he's stepping into it. See that? Here he's hopping though, because both feet leave the ground, which is, a bit of a no-no. I don't like it when fighters do that. If a guy catches him, he can get dropped. Donaire, take notes. But for the most part, he's been able to get away with it. Now, notice how he, again, no telegraphing. Boom, nice jab, steps in there. And notice how when he throws the jab, his body, look at his chest, it's pointing towards Nieves. Now it's pointing more towards the right, almost to the ref at this angle. And what does that is that it creates maximum leverage for the right hand that is going to come up. See it? Let me show you. So he's in a correct boxing stance, but you could say he's squared up a little bit. Here he's not squared up at all. Look at how much of his side he's giving Nieves. So that really allows him to crank up the right hand. And notice point number 3, when he throws the right hand, he's lifting the elbow up in order to get a real good crack on that. And then of course he's punching through the target. Notice how he doesn't stop here. He pushes the shot forward, and poor Nieves just can't take that. So that's the Inoue 1-2. A lot of power, speed, explosive, doesn't telegraph it. It gets the job done. Once he's got the 1-2 going, he starts letting that left hook out. Look at that. Let me just rewind a little bit. I don't want to rewind too much, otherwise we're going to be here all night. But again, shotgun jab, changes angles, dips down, pushes forward with the jab. This time though, it's not a full shotgun jab. It's not even a hard jab. It's just something to distract Nieves. Nieves is seeing the right hand coming. He already got hurt by the right hand. I mean, he's been feeling the right hand, so he covers up in the shell to avoid the right hand. The problem is, by covering up in the shell, he's not in a position to counter. And he gets pulled down also, pushed down by the right hand, and so he's liable to get hit with this. See this? He's covering up mostly, expecting a hook, so he pulls his left hand up, and is just way too open for this Naoya left hook, which is intended to push upward. It's a shovel hook. That's how you're supposed to throw it to the body. It's not just a standard hook. It's supposed to push the liver up, and there Nieves he sticks his tongue out, which means he felt it. Notice also here, it's a nice little sequence. Nieves feints, Inoue doesn't buy the feint. He doesn't lower one hand, he doesn't push one hand out, he doesn't give Nieves an opening. Instead, he tightens up his guard and says, come on, throw whatever you want to throw. He does not respect Nieves' defense, and we're going to take a look at why he didn't respect it. In another video, once we take a look at Inoue's defense in a separate video. So feint, he doesn't bite, throws. Look at that. We're gonna look at it in slow motion. So he doesn't bite the feint. A little left hook, it's a throwaway left hook, just to distract Nieves and also to push him. See how he pushes him towards the right? He's pulling Nieves towards the right so that he can eat that solid, real dry right hand. Again, pulling up the elbow to get a lot of crack into it, a lot of snap. He actually pushes back. Look at how hard the right hand is. Pushes back Nieves. Nieves again recedes into a shell, chin down as he's supposed to, hands up. But the problem is he's open to that punch. Look at this again, digging under the elbow, pushing the liver up. It wasn't a perfect shot, he was too far away, but Nieves definitely felt it. And right after the left hook, he's not content just to end with the left hook to the body. He follows it up with a left uppercut with the same hand, which pushes Nieves up and sets him off with the right hand, which missed that time. But Nieves just can't do anything. He's shell-shocked. There, Inoue, as you saw, threw the 1-2, and he was able to get away from the upcoming counter-attack. Another great 1-2 from far. You don't have to be just all that close to let the 1-2 and left to the body go. You can do it from afar. As you can see here, first of all, a couple of things here. Shotgun jab, stepping in there again. But this time, look at his foot. He's not putting the foot just forward. That's not all he's doing. He's pushing the foot forward and towards the left so that he's out of range or at an awkward angle for Nieves to really counter with any good left hooks. It also puts him in position for the right hand. And notice how well he throws the right hand. Look at his feet. His feet aren't sticking out. They're not parallel. They're not straight. He's sitting down on it as if he's throwing a baseball. Nice hard right hand. Again, pushes Nieves downwards into a shell. And then he turns. And look at all the leverage he gets on that left hook. Because when he throws the right, look at his body. He shifts his weight towards the left. Look at his body. It's squared up. And then he loads up on it even more. He cocks back that left hand and look at all that crank he has on it. Look at this. Boom, boom, boom. And he's digging right under, again, shovel hook, under Nieves's guard, under his elbows. And look at Nieves how fast he pulls that elbow back. That couldn't have felt good. He's really trying to push that liver up. Oof. So here he just continues with the onslaught all night, people. All night, poor Nieves had to endure this for about as long as the fight went. And then he goes upstairs. Look at this. Left hook, downstairs, upstairs. Opens up the avenue downstairs. Nieves did pretty well for not getting dropped with any bombs upstairs. But as we're going to see later on, here Inoue is just letting him punch a little bit so that he can create some openings. Because at this point, Nieves was just on the defensive. I mean, he wasn't doing anything. And so Inoue had to create some openings. Here we go back a little bit. Again, just abusing the body. And look at here. He's chasing Nieves, feints with the right, so Nieves just covers up, and he's covering up for the right, so his elbows, he puts his elbows close together so they're not covering the body anymore. And again, another hook right on the liver, pushing that organ up, just wearing Nieves down all night, chasing, slips the jab, goes with the left downstairs. Nieves is not in a position to counter. There he tries to counter, but it's very weak. Inoue just doesn't respect him. And look at this beautiful move. He slides along with Nieves, squares up in order to do it, and head down, really trying to look for something, sliding, so he's squared up. Here he plants his feet, finally gets himself in the boxing stance, and just cranks out another left hook. Nieves just watching everything, he can't do anything but cover up. Left hook, right to the body there, working both sides of the body now. And there you see he jumps back, avoiding the counter. The Nieves counter, the rare Nieves counter. Again, working both sides of the body, just abusing him. Finally, Nieves can't take anymore. It's interesting because we're going to take a look at the more interesting facets of the Donaire matchup later on in other videos. But for the moment, that's the type of Inoue attack that just wears guys down. When he knocks guys like Payano out and McDonald with one shot, those guys are lucky. Because if you can take his shots and not get taken out in the first round, you're gonna have to go through this type of abuse. Now, Donaire, the only time he's ever been stopped was against the axe murderer, Nicholas Walters, similar fighter to Inoue. Power puncher, long, 1-2s, can work the body. And in this fight, he really did work in Donaire's body late in the fight, right before the stoppage. He was chopping Donaire down as per his nickname, the Axe Murderer. Chopped him down. So it's going to be interesting to see if Inoue can do this, because I don't think he's going to be able to take Donaire out with one shot. And nobody, Donaire has a good chin. We're going to take a look at that in other videos. So Inoue, that's essentially what he does. It's simple, but it's not easy to do in the moment. You have to be quick, you have to have good positioning, you have to have good leverage on your shots, power, in other words, you have to commit to it, and to be conscious of the upcoming or incoming counter-attacks. So Inoue, a very skilled fighter, aptly titled the Monster, because he is a monster. Let's see what he can do against Nonito Donaire. Guys, thank you for watching this video. Let us know what we got right, what we got wrong. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Subscribe to BDA, our main channel as well, where we hold our live podcasts. And if you want any video requests, if you want us to explore a particular facet of the Donaire Inoue fight, let us know in the comment section below, and we'll take a look at that. Alright guys, thanks for watching.